Today I would like to present GastroJeep's positioning map, its competition, observed trends, and learnings and recommendations after seeing all these. First, let's look into the positioning map. As you see here, the food landscape is quite saturated, but there are opportunities to be first to market so long as we find a unique niche that no one else is currently owning. Let's look at the x-axis over here. On this side, we see the functional food services. Then when we go to the right side, we're looking at the savory and comfort food restaurants. On the y-axis, we look at the traditional, or what we call the brick and mortar, or physical restaurants. Then down here, we look at the non-traditional food experiences, which are in the form of, but not limited to, food concept box companies, food to doorstep boxes, etc., etc. In the upper left side, we see the QSRs, the marketing term QSRs, or the quick serve restaurant. All these are clustered here, equate quick and fast dining, targeted to people with very busy lifestyles. On the lower left, we now look at still convenience, still fast food, but using a non-traditional approach. Just Eat and Hungry.dk are online portals that provide you food options from a variety of partners and establishments. In the upper right part, we see here the physical brick and mortar restos that offer a more personal touch, offering savory food. So essentially, food here is meant to be eaten slowly, enjoying the experience of dining versus, let's say, fast food. Oftentimes, the owners of these establishments serve and attend to you personally. In terms of the lower right part, this is the space I want GastroJeep to fall under. It has the non-traditional approach to savory comfort food. I aim to borrow the strengths of already existing food service companies, but combine said favorable traits into my proposition to make my food service idea unique and memorable. Note that there are particular food experiences, as seen here, that are marked with red. These are not found in the south of Denmark, but I felt were worth noting down as their service offerings stand out and are remark-worthy. Next, we go into the competition. GastroJeep's direct and indirect competitors. So I'll try to do this very briefly. So I've observed Blue Apron, which is headquartered in the USA, in San Francisco specifically. What they offer is a food service wherein it gives you food cooked from scratch. So it's cooked by you, delivered in a box, straight to your doorstep, in portion sizes you choose from. There's a little infographic that we see here. They offer seasonal food produce. There's no wastage because you order what you pay for. For example, if it's for 2 people, they'll give you menu items that you can cook for 2 people only. They offer home-cooked meals. They cater to the ökologisk or organic food-aware customers. This is essentially riding in the sustainability wave. They also have tailor-set menus to suit individual needs. They follow recipe cards, so you cook what's in the box. It cuts out the grocery or the middleman. And what I liked about this is it has a great user interface design for the website. It's very intuitive and easy to use. This is very much similar to Ostiden, which is in Denmark. So I won't really delve into this very much, except for explaining the what. So here in Denmark, it's what is online sale of organic vegetables, food boxes, and recipes served in your front door. Very similar to Blue Apron, which actually started before this Danish food service company. Next, we have Mulo and Damgod. So what makes us unique is it's a premium food catering service which has two main concepts or cuts. They have private dining and banquet dining, or banquet buffets. Its credibility is it has two professional chefs who head this company, this food service company. They actually went to school for it, and beforehand, they were actually managing and working under established food restaurants in Denmark. Also, the part owner comes from a family of restaurateurs. They offer traditional, formal food offerings, which is more on European cuisine. They also offer a standard menu, which they only change per quarter. So this means that the customer has no option to choose or customize the menu, which may be okay to a particular target audience who is busy. They offer what we call the one less thing to remember mindset. Essentially, it means that you, the host, focus on being a good host. And Mula and Damgod takes care of the good food for you. In this food service offering, because it's a private dining or banquet buffet, all guests most probably know each other already, versus GastroJeep's food offering, wherein people won't essentially know each other at the onset. Next, we have Mies, which is a Thai restaurant along Vestigel in Vejle. It's the neighborhood Thai dine-in and takeaway restaurant. Its credibility is it's owned and served by Thais. It's also known for the adapted taste and flavor to the Danish palate. Personally, this is very watered down in Thai flavor. If you've been to Thailand, you will be honestly disappointed with the taste. But it's cheap and good enough to sate Asian food cravings, but not really great. Its niches, it serves only Thai food. And it's, right now, the best Thai food you can get. For their website, it's quite dated and hyper complicated in terms of the user interface. It's also not mobile friendly either. Next, we look at restaurant Zhao in Vejle as well. What it is an Asian fusion restaurant which focuses on Chinese and Japanese cuisine. A bulk of the customers come in for the frokost and aftensmell buffet offerings, but the store also offers a la carte and catering package options. The defining elements of Zhu, or Zhao, are that it's owned and operated by an Asian national. The host is friendly and hands-on. He also is actually the head cook. It offers a typical Asian fast food buffet type of viands that you will get back in restaurants that you find in mainland Asia, for example. But given the lack of other comparison restaurants in Vejle, Zhao is considered a comfort food restaurant for many locals, versus what for me an Asian would consider a fast food type of Asian food. The food is okay. It's not great Asian food quality. It's average and good for the price you pay, so it's affordable. Next, we look at Feastly. This is a global brand, but not yet available in Denmark. So, what it is an online portal for chefs. It allows guests to reserve a seat at a dining event in the chef's home. So, again, quite similar to my business idea, but different in the same way. Its credibility is it has global presence, although not yet in Denmark. The chefs range from award-winning chefs to self-taught chefs. The Feastly idea and concept is well received. It has good recommendations from diners of past events and also from the media. It's been called as the Airbnb of eating and dining because it's a central marketplace where passionate chefs connect with adventurous eaters seeking more authentic dining options by offering unique meals served in the chef's home. It offers multinational food options. It offers a full suite of varied cuisines to choose from a number of cultures. In terms of the price point, these vary from average to expensive. This really depends on the featured food event. Here are some featured food events. I love its user interface design. The website is quite honestly quite awesome and easy to use. It's intuitive as well. Lastly, there's Chef Me, which is found in the Copenhagen, Denmark area only. It's very similar to Feastly. It's an online portal for chefs as well, except that instead of having the activity in the chef's home, it's done in the host's home. So the host offers his kitchen, and the chef in turn prepares and cooks food in the host's home. So let's look into the trends. What's trending in the food scene today? I observed 5 key trends, and they are the demand for the multisensorial, the hyper-regional food explosion, the fact that customers are now ditching mega brands, or what we call the CPGs, for micro brands, or the smaller, very niche startups. Next, we have food offered with a story. And lastly, grocerants, or quite simply, groceries and restaurants combined. Let's look into these in a little detail. So for the first trend, the demand for multisensorial, so all the senses as seen here, it's driven by the pursuit to eat fresh home-cooked meals versus the sad TV dinners, as the Americans call it. It enriches all the senses and not just the palate. It delivers food dining experience in an immersive and engaging, as well as an empowering way. Something you see here is how you eat food with your fingers and not with utensils. This is a very Asian way of dining. Next is what they call the hyper-regional food explosion, especially in the Americas. This trend is just really exploding over the past 12 months. We see the adaptation of Nordic cuisine, Cuban cuisine, and Filipino. In fact, there's what they call the 40-seat supper club, which is an event that is recurring, which is done by a Filipino woman and her husband in LA. So they book an Airbnb location, which could seat a lot of people, and prepare a food multisensorial course which is in Filipino they call kamayan or eating with the hand. And as you see, there are various food viands there for sharing and socializing. The next trend is the fact that customers are now ditching mega brands or CPGs for micro brands. For example, this brand Soylent stands for various values of sustainability, prolonged health, positive eco footprint. It's also renewable in terms of the bottle that holds this drink. These are opposite values that Coca-Cola communicates. For the customer of today, they demand for transparency. And there is this preconceived notion that mega brands are the opposite of transparency. Micro brands, on the other hand, better communicate what you're eating, how and why you eat something. It's not really about customers eating less, but rather the food that they advocate now and the brands that they advocate, they stand for something. They stand for their same needs, their same values, and their same beliefs. Next is the food with a story trend. As we see with Gen Zers and millennials, authenticity or demanding openness and being real is something that it cuts across genres, it cuts across products that they purchase. They want a brand that has a face to it, and that face normally advocates or talks about their same values, aspirations, and beliefs. For example, and you'll see the ever-changing logo type design of Conflict Kitchen, which is found in the United States. It only serves food from countries which the US is in conflict with. To date, they've served food viands from countries like Iraq, Afghanistan, Cuba, North Korea, Palestine, and Venezuela. So, food with a story also looks at people and customers who are looking for bold, authentic, and adventurous meals. They're looking for hands-on chefs that carry a backstory, something very personal to the chef. They tell their story through the food and the environment that the food is served in. The last trend is grocerants, or it is what you think it is, a grocery and a restaurant all in one. Italy is an established example of these grocerant types. At present, you can find this in Copenhagen and in the United States. So, for GastroJeep, upon knowing all of these and absorbing all of these information and data, what will make the brand unique, memorable, and distinguished from the other food services in the market today? First, I want to own Filipino cuisine, to be first to market in the south of Denmark, and build further credibility via serving a variety of Southeast Asian cuisine that, in terms of authenticity, I can definitely offer as well, given the fact that I have experienced firsthand, tried, and experimented on these Southeast Asian cuisines in my past. In terms of multisensorial, I would want to own this as well. It's really food beyond just taste, but through touch, experiencing things with your hand, through the sound, through ethnic music which is aligned to that event on hand, through sight. Eating is not just about the taste, but how it looks and the smell. It's authentic because I will only offer the freshest of ingredients. It's also authentic because it's true to the flavor of how they are cooked in its origin country. It's never adapted to the foreign palate. Otherwise, it will lose its authenticity. I will offer food with a story. It will always be personal, backed with historical facts, which are communicated in a playful way, and personal experiences of myself done in an interactive storytelling manner. For example, I'm looking at visual aids, pictures that represent the food concept at hand, bespoke printed materials, also aligned with the food concept that the guest allows himself to experience in. It's also exotic for those who are non Asian. It's for those who seek bold, authentic, and adventurous meals. Think about eating with your hands on a banana leaf spread, which acts as a communal plate. Or, for example, eating a duck embryo, an almost fully formed baby duck. And this is called in the Philippines balut. Or trying exotic food with ingredients the guest has never tried before. It really offers the best of social dining. And these social dining platforms currently are Feastly, ChefMe, and Muller and Gambrod. I would like to offer the option to cook at my home, to cook at the chef's home or the host's home, sorry, and also to host pop-up events for larger scale audiences. And I'd also offer a plus more to cater to those customers who want an authentic Asian food experience minus the social dining aspect. So, for example, take out Asian comfort food variants that are ready to eat, so just cooked at that time of ordering, or frozen, pre prepared, and marinated food with simple instructions either to fry or to bake. So, this encompasses the full suite of my positioning map, looking into my competitors, and also looking at the trends. Thank you for listening.